Welcome to Hunting with Hex.
Welcome to today's show. I'm your host, Mike Slinkard. You know, whether you're hunting white-tailed deer, turkeys, elk, or even the wariest predators, Hex technology is proven to make a difference when those animals get in ultra close. Today's show, we're going to dig deep and show you some new footage showing Hex in action. A lot of this footage was sent in from viewers just like you. Also, you're going to join us as we put Hex to the test on all kinds of big game all across the country. It's exciting, so sit back, relax, and join us as we go hunting with Hex.
Closing the distance, calmer game, better shots, happier memories. It's what we all crave. It's what we all desire. It's what we all dream about. The close-range, fair chase encounter with wild game is the essence of the hunting experience. Join us as we chronicle the evolution of concealment, testing skill, knowledge, technology, and equipment, becoming the ultimate close-range predator. Own the close-up experience here on Hunting with Hex.
We start in my home state of Oregon. My buddy Ted Netter and I had spotted some mule deer across about a half-mile long, wide-open hayfield. Due to the wind conditions, there was no way to put on a traditional stalk on these deer, so we decided to go out of the box. Ted takes off and walks out across this wide-open field straight at these deer. You know, this proves what the Hex technology is capable of. You know, Ted moves pretty fast as he's going out across this field till he gets in fairly close. But as you can see, these deer aren't even looking at him. He closes across almost a half a mile of wide open grass and closes almost to within bow range. You know, these deer are rutting, and a buck comes down from behind the field and actually stirs up the herd, or we're sure that Ted would have got a shot. But this is a classic example of what Hex will do. You know, when animals look at you, a lot of times they just don't recognize you for what you are. So it gives you the ability to go outside the box and close the distance in ways you never before thought possible.
That was pretty cool. Well, to give the viewers a little perspective here, this field's a half a mile long. I stalked to within 96 yards of the buck that was bedded. I don't know if the camera could see the other buck come in the field.
Yeah.
If that buck wouldn't have come in the field, I am fairly reasonable I would have got into bow range and got a shot on one of those two bucks. That's the Hex advantage right there.
That's cool.
I mean,
It really was. I mean, you know, if a guy had been rifle hunting, it'd have been over all day long in that deal.
yeah, done deal.
You know, so you know the thing is, Hex doesn't make you invisible, but those animals don't perceive you the same way, and we've seen it time and time again. That was a great example of it.
Hunting with Hex is brought to you by PSE Archery, Tough Country, American Values Forged in Steel, Ozonics, Undetectable, Undeniable, Victory Archery, the Carbon Arrow Experts, BumpersDirect.com, Rocky Mountain Hunting Calls, we call the game, Spot Hog, the world's toughest archery products, Warn Wenches, UC Hunting Properties, and Hex Stealth Screen, the evolution of concealment.
Here at Hex, we have so many close encounters out in the field that we tend to kind of take them for granted. But for guys new to the technology, their first Hex experience is always memorable. Here we join Randy Peck down in Texas as he chases big Rio Grande gobblers. This footage shows exactly what Hex can do, and it'll show you that Randy's a believer.
Good shot. Oh, 10 yards. 10 yards. with the Hex system. 10 yards, wide open, look at me. Look at me, wide open, 10 yards. We called him in from 100 yards over there. He walked all the way around us, could see us from over here, all the way over here, walked past the decoy. I had to wait till he cleared the weeds again. Drew while he was looking at me. This Hex system is the coolest thing. Be sure and wear the head mask, the glove system, the whole 9 yards. It's great.
When you can actually see the turkey's eyeballs at 10 yards, you know, it's pretty cool, you know. I mean, you see the whiskers on them, you know.
Yeah. Hex technology represents one of the newest advancements in the science of concealment. Early research focused on how birds, animals, and fish perceive their electrical environment as it pertains to navigation. It's been proven that animals can sense very minor changes in their electrical environment, and that's what drives their internal compass. But also, all living beings create an electrical field from heart rate and muscle movement. It's these fields that travel distance, and animals use the same sense that they use for navigation to detect when they're close to another living being. The energy field that our body creates is easily measurable using sensitive EMR meters. The effectiveness of the grid is easy to see with and without. The proven Hex technology is very effective in blocking the field created by our bodies. By blocking this field, you're going to be more like an inanimate object than you've ever been before. Visual camo, holding still, and doing all the things right are still important, but the Hex technology gives you a major advantage in how those animals are able to pick up on you even when all the conditions are right. The key to our patented technology is our carbon grid. If you look closely at the fabric, you can see a grid that's woven right in. This grid is highly electrically conductive carbon yarn woven in a specific grid pattern. It's sized and shaped to block the specific wavelength that's coming out of the human body. When our energy field hits that grid, it can't pass through. Therefore, you're going to be completely undetectable by animals on the electrical plane. In short, what that means for you is you're going to have an advantage that you've never had before. When animals get in close, they're going to be more calm and more relaxed. With birds such as waterfowl and turkeys, they actually see those fields visually. So by blocking those fields, even little movement, you're going to be able to get away with much better than ever before. You know, there's no better time than right now to get your Hex suit. So log on to hexllc.com, that's H-E-C-S LLC.com, or call us at 541-575-HEX. That's 541-575-4327. We have special offers going on right now, but supplies are limited. So don't forget, use the special promo code, get the best price possible, but by all means, get your Hex suit today, because it's going to make a difference in your next hunt.
If you order right now and enter the promo code PURSUIT, you'll save an instant $30 off your Hex suit. Welcome back to Hunting with Hex. This week we're highlighting some amazing Hex experiences from hunters all over the country. We catch up with the guys as they hit the mountains in search of the elusive bull elk.
Nothing epitomizes the Western hunting experience like the bugle of the bull elk. Every year, thousands of hunters hit the mountains in search of one of these majestic creatures. But elk are one of the wariest species on the planet. You're one-on-one on the ground, even interacting with them in many cases. So you need every advantage that you can get. This next hunt takes place in Oregon. You know, I had these elk pretty well patterned. They were leaving the hay fields in the morning, headed for the high ridges to bed. It's pretty typical elk behavior. I found a small saddle where the elk seemed to like to cross and set up an ambush, and it wasn't long before I had elk headed my way. These elk passed by at about 15 yards, and I'm sitting in the wide open right beside the trail. There was about 90 head in all that came past us, and not a single one of them had any idea that we were close. Several times elk stopped and looked right through me, but they couldn't have been more calm. As far as those elk were concerned, I was simply another inanimate object and blended in perfectly with my surroundings. You know, camo will help you blend in, but the Hex technology gives you an added edge that even helps your camo be more effective. You know, there wasn't a shooter bull with this bunch, but it was still a great Hex experience and one that I'll treasure the rest of my life. The cool thing about these experiences with Hex, they're not uncommon. They happen all the time. We get testimonials and trophy photos nearly every day from satisfied Hex customers from every corner of the world.
Multiple times I had animals at 10 yards look right at me and go back to feeding. Shane Dorian.
Since being introduced to Hex, I'm getting away with a lot more movement than I ever did before. Michael Batiste.
I wouldn't have had a chance at this Wisconsin public land buck without my Hex. Mark Golko.
Since getting Hex, I've got the largest buck I've ever seen here in Virginia, Richard Newton.
The first time I used the Hex system, I scored on a nice South Dakota 8-point, Rick Mowry.
Well, as you can see, the Hex system is truly groundbreaking new technology, and it's changing the way people pursue their passions nationwide and around the world. Hex is protected by 5 issued U.S. patents, as well as multiple international patents. The science is proven, and it's working for people all around the globe. Whether you're a hunter that wants a little bit better opportunity to get that shot at an animal of a lifetime, or just somebody who enjoys getting close to nature, the Hex suit is something that you need to try, because it's going to change the way you look at concealment. Our website has a myriad of videos, pictures, and testimonials from people who have seen the Hex Advantage firsthand. Go online to hexllc.com, that's H-E-C-S LLC.com, and check it out. You can learn whatever you need to know about Hex from the website. But if you have more questions, please call us at 541-575-HEX. That's 541-575-4327. We'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. And also, there's no time like right now to get your Hex suit. Don't forget to use that promo code to get the very best pricing on your Hex suit. Also, don't delay. Supplies are limited. Last year, we actually ran out, and some people weren't able to see the Hex Advantage. Don't let that happen to you. Get your Hex suit on the way now, because it's going to make a difference in your next hunt.
If you order right now and enter the promo code PURSUIT, you'll save an instant $30 off your Hex suit. Welcome back to Hunting with Hex. Before the break, we watched as host Mike Slinkard sat in the wide open, only 15 yards from nearly 90 head of elk, and remained totally undetected thanks to his Hex stealth screen. Now we catch up to Mike's hunting partner on this trip, who is about to have an amazing Hex moment of his own.
On this particular trip, I'm hunting with my good friend, Brad Golke. You know, Brad was slipping along trying to get ahead of this herd of elk because he knew they were headed down through this group of trees. Unfortunately, he wasn't fast enough and he got caught in the wide open. You know, Brad has no choice but to stand still and let the Hex suit work its magic. This is the stuff that Hex customers talk about all the time. No one would believe that you could be standing in the wide open, only a few steps from wild elk. They're looking right at you, but still you're undetected. They stay calm and go on by. You know, the Hex suit encounters like this are not only possible, but we hear about them all the time.
It's time once again for this week's Hex Close-Up.
This week's Hex Close-Up comes from the guys at Switchback Outdoors. Toby Gangler and Chad Harrison are out coyote hunting, but call in something totally unexpected. It turns out to be a huge bobcat, and this thing walks right up to the guys sitting on the ground in the wide open. Anyone who has hunted predators knows that they're gone in the blink of an eye when they see a human. But here, we see this cat standing only a few feet away from two hunters wearing their hex suits. It's looking for the source of the calling and is obviously confused when it doesn't see a rabbit in distress. This cat stands there for minutes on end trying to make heads or tails from this situation, and finally just turns and calmly walks away. Thanks again to the guys at Switchback Outdoors for submitting this week's awesome hex close-up. You know, if you talk to a truly experienced hunter, he's going to tell you when an animal gets close, you need to be calm, you need to be still. A lot of people don't even look at the animal in the eye. They know that their window of opportunity is very short when an animal gets in close, because the truth is, it's not going to be very long. He's going to know something's not right in his environment. You know, this has been going on for eons and eons, and evolution has honed those skills to a razor's edge on these animals. So blocking the electrical field is going to give you a major advantage, and it's going to expand that window of opportunity. Here at Hex, one of the fun things for us is hearing feedback from hunters all across the country. You know, we've sold tens of thousands of suits, and we get emails, videos, and just phone calls every day with people that are blown away with the stuff that they're seeing out in the wild when they're using their Hex system. You know, if you have an exciting Hex encounter, get on our website, because there's ways to enter and win great prizes for the best submissions of your Hex close-up. Hex technology is the new secret weapon that successful hunters are using nationwide. You owe it to yourself to add this technology to your arsenal before your next hunt. Just log on to hexllc.com, that's HECSLLC.com, or call us at 541-575-HEX, that's 541-575-4327. Don't forget to use that promo code to get the very best price, but don't delay. Supplies are limited, so get your Hex suit on the way, because it's going to make a difference in your next hunt.
If you order right now and enter the promo code PURSUED, you'll save an instant $30 off your Hex suit. This segment of Hunting with Hex is brought to you by Rocky Mountain Hunting Calls, where we call the game. Welcome back to Hunting with Hex.
We've seen what Hex can do with turkeys and elk, but what about America's most popular game species, the white-tailed deer? On this next hunt, we're going to join Scott Eastman as he hunts white-tailed deer in the state of Kansas. You know, Scott's had some bad weather, but he's making the best of a tough situation. And it wasn't long before he had a nice buck coming into view. You know, a lot of hunters wouldn't even think about hunting white-tailed deer on the ground. They think you need to be up and elevated in a tree stand. But with Hex, ground hunting is completely possible.
Buck down. I think we got a good hit on him. We're gonna give him 30 minutes or so and go see what we have.
Great week, saw a lot of deer. Beautiful place, saw just about everything. Lots of wind, got real cold, but the full whitetail hunting experience, and it was a great week. I'll be back next year.
Now tag along with me as I head to Idaho after Shiras moose. You know, I've been putting in for this unit my whole life, and I was lucky enough to draw a river bottom tag. So opening morning caught me still hunting through some thick brush along a river, and it wasn't long before I located a moose. You know, as it turned out, this bull was a little too small to shoot, but was the perfect opportunity to try Hex out on yet another species. I decided to just walk in and call and let him see me in plain sight and just see how he would react. As you can see, he didn't have a clue that I was a person. He proceeded to rake a small tree right in front of me. He was soon joined by his girlfriend, or maybe his mama, and they both stood only a few feet away. You know, again, it was another great example of what hex can do when you get in close. Animals see you, a lot of times they just don't react the same way. So we put the hex on moose, which was a new species for me. The hex suit is 3 pieces: shirt, pant, and head cover. So you get the whole system all at one time. The shirt is cut basically like a long sleeve t-shirt. It does have a breast pocket and nice long sleeves. Our pants are cut basically like sweatpants. They have a drawstring in the front and also pockets in case you want to wear them as an outer layer. Our head net is a very basic but very usable head net with a laser cut eye hole. Sold separately are the hex ball cap and hex gloves. Both contain the same technology woven right in. Most people wear the hex suit as an underlayer. It's very soft against the skin and it's very natural to wear that way. But you can also wear it as an outer layer or all by itself. As long as the grid is between you and the outside, you're going to see the hex benefit. The best way to address sizing on your hex shirt is just order it by your regular t-shirt size. So if you wear a large t-shirt and a regular cotton t-shirt, that's what you want the whole suit in. The pants are very adjustable and we've done very well with our sizing that way. Hex is available at select dealers all across the country. If you see hex in a dealer store, it's going to look like this. Again, packaged shirt, pant, and head cover all together. To find a dealer in your area, go to hexllc.com, click on the dealer page, and you can see the dealer nearest you. If you don't see a dealer in your area, or it's more convenient, you can always order direct, and you can get a hex suit on the way today. Or you can also call us at 541-575-4327. Our office hours are 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Pacific, so don't delay. Quantities are limited, and this promo code is not going to last forever. So get your hex suit on the way while supplies last, and it's going to make a difference in your next hunt.
If you order right now and enter the promo code PURSUED, you'll save an instant $30 off your hex suit.
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's show. You know, the hex technology is increasing the enjoyment people are getting when they get in close to all kinds of animals. You know, next week we're going to have more exciting adventures of hex in action. So we'll see you then on Hunting with Hex.
If you have a great hex success story where you got up close and personal with an animal, please contact us through our website. At the end of the year, one lucky person who submitted their story will win an all-expense-paid trip to hunt with us on Alan Warren's renowned Stone Ledge Ranch in Texas. Drop us a note and get those pictures and video coming, and you may be the lucky winner. You can find out more about this hunt on our website at hexllc.com.